All right, well, in case you weren't aware, the C5 Z06 market was crazy for a few years, especially just post-COVID. I bought mine early 2020. I paid 15 for it, and I feel like a year later, you cannot find a clean example under 25. It got nuts. I have not had my finger on the pulse of the C5 Z06 market in quite some time, so I'm curious myself. Let's see if we can source a very clean example, not salvage, under 18,000. It'll probably be an '01 if we do find one, but I have no idea. So let's roll the intro, get into it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I did a video similar to this on the C8 behind me. I was curious on the market, and the C8 has cooled down a lot in the last year. It's easy to find one at sticker and below if you want to use one. Not hard at all anymore. And if you don't follow my channel, if you're new to the channel, hello. I do have a C8 behind me and I have a C5 Z06 parked out front. Depends on the day which one I love more. The C8 is much more of a luxury performance cruiser, where the C5 Z06 is a lot more engaging, a lot more raw, all business all the time. I love them both equally. It's hard to choose which one I like more. But I thought it'd be fun today to film a little video showing the market of the C5 Z06. There are a finite number left in the wild. I know a couple of years ago, looking on Auto Trader, etc., you could probably find about 150 to 200 at any given time. And the prices were all over the place. You would see some of these, lower mileage ones for like $45,000. To me, that was crazy. But I still feel like if you can find one under 5,000 miles, probably worth it. The thing's gonna be a time capsule. And I think we hit rock bottom of the cost of the C5Z. I think where it is right now is the lowest it's gonna get. I think out of the C5 platform for '01 to '04, it made 18,000 of them. If I had to guess, probably 12,000 left in the wild. So there's not a lot. C5 generation as a whole, they made 250,000. There's still a lot left, but C5 Z06, you just don't see them. I might see one every few months. One, not even that maybe. So having one, it's pretty freaking cool to have a C5 Z06. Gorgeous car. The notchback FRC, absolutely gorgeous. So today's goal, we're gonna check out Car Gurus and Auto Trader. Obviously, I like using CarMax as a benchmark, but these cars are older and I'm not gonna be on there. So yeah, we'll scour both Auto Trader and Car Gurus and try to find a clean example under 20,000, possibly even under 18, maybe. It'll probably be an '01 because they're less desirable. I have another video on that if you're curious about it. But yeah, let's see the market on the C5 Z06. Let's see if it's cooled down quite a bit. It's an amazing buy if you can get one. Highly recommend a C5 Z06. All right, let's get into it. All right, go ahead and start with Auto Trader here. And again, I have no idea what we're gonna find. We might find 10, we might find 400. Who knows? Nationwide, of course. 06s came '01 to '04. Mine is an '01 if you're curious, and I have no issue with it at all. And mine's been so upgraded you would never even notice a power difference. Okay, and the trouble is, finding a car this old, and some of these are, geez, 23, 24 years old almost. It's hard to find a clean example. Not impossible. It makes it a little tough. You know what I mean? All right. Looks like we got 102 results on Auto Trader. That's about what I expected nationwide. And it's actually quite a bit for, like I said, 18,000 cars built, probably 12 or 13,000 left. Compare this to a C8, you can find used C8s about 5,000 right now. So the number on these guys will only get smaller. All right, the goal is to find a cheap one that's clean, not ragged out, that's pretty stock. You gotta be careful. The first few right here are always sponsored, no matter how you filter it. All right, so we got 2003 Z06 aftermarket wheel. These are Chinese reps, I know that. For 17.8, let's see what you get. It's a lot of miles, but it's also an LS motor. Things last forever. It is the 50th anniversary. Yeah, it's okay. It's not the cleanest example. It does have the stock titanium exhaust, aftermarket head unit with the bezel. These bezels right here, they never fit right. What are these things called? The Metro or something? I don't know. That's why mine, I just got the very unique one, the 1.5, and I trimmed my stock one to size. Yeah, a little ragged out. Yeah, pretty ragged out. I mean, it's a Z06, But for $18,000, I don't know. This is probably a $15,000 or $14,000 car. Now, Auto Trader doesn't give you the all the cool stuff that Car Gurus does as far as accidents or salvage, unless I'm blind. Yeah, to me it's not terrible. Clapped out, it's somewhat stock, a little ragged out. This is probably a $15,000 car, maybe $14,000, only because of the mileage, and it doesn't look crazy well kept for, but it's not terrible. Let's see what else we can find on here on Auto Trader. These look good in black, but it kind of hides some of the lines. Some 01. This one looks a little cleaner. Here the 01, there's no HUD option, but it's easy to retrofit one. I did one in mine. Seats are a little ragged out. Alternator looks new. These are tricky. Changing the alternator in these guys has to be exact replacement. You can't get something close. It won't work right. But this thing looks pretty stock. It has the Alcobas. These are a little darker than the speed lines in the 02 to 04. No spears, which I like that. It looks pretty stock. I can tell it's on stock suspension. If this car runs good, needs new tires for sure. But if this car runs strong, not misfiring, it's got some sort of maintenance history where you can tell it's been cared for. I'd say 18,000 is pretty fair. Pretty fair. Yeah, not too bad. All right, here's an 01, 75,000 miles for 21. I can tell right away that a lot of this has been changed. The chrome, this is not stock. The frog eyes, which I can't stand. Missing your cover right there. I'm not a fan of the hash marks on the C5. It looks clean. It's got an aftermarket. That might be a Billy Boat. I'm not really sure though. Looks like a stock throw. Probably just changed out the knob. Not a fan of the head unit. But for 75,000 miles, it's not clapped out, and you could get it back to looking OE relatively inexpensive. I would say 18.5 is a fair price for this guy. Not too bad, not the best buy though. This looks good. 21.5 for an 04 with 62,000 miles. On the 04s, I would never say not buy one, but these have a very unique fuel system. It's very hard to work on. Just a heads up, we went 04. They went to the 06 style, and to change the filter or anything, you gotta drop both the tanks, which requires dropping the entire drive line, which is a pain in the ass in the C5. But it looks pretty clean. Wheels look good. Ooh, that's pretty dirty. I mean, clean it up, but what's going on? Like off-roading this damn thing. But the miles are true. It's not too bad. Yeah, it's pretty dirty though. A little bit of red flag, but wouldn't deter me. Now this one looks really clean for $500 more. Paint looks really good on this guy. This looks like a really good stock example. The torch red in the C5 Zs looks so good. Torch red on any Corvette looks amazing. It's got Corsa exhaust. A little bit of film here on the back. I can't tell if it's aftermarket lens or just film. Oh, this looks clean. It's got the C6 shift knob. It could be the entire assembly. It's hard to tell by looking at it. Got that Metro bezel, which I can't stand, but you can always change that out. Oh, they did wrap it in leather though, so it looks a little better. It kind of covers the gaps it creates. But not a bad car. It looks relatively stock. Yeah. I would definitely look at this one. Fair price, I think, for an 04. All right, we're kind of getting up there now. Let's go the other way. Let's find the extremes here. What are some low mile examples here? Now, this is kind of ridiculous. Now, it is the commemorative, I get it, the special carbon fiber hood, but $65,000. That's almost what I paid for my C8. That's crazy. It's clean, though. It looks good. Yeah, this thing's in like showroom condition. Now, these might not be chrome. These might just be polished, I think was an option. Polished aluminum. Yeah, I think they are. Looks stock, titanium exhaust. Now this has the telescoping antenna, where my 01 just had the stationary one. 3 different antenna options on the C5. You had one for the convertible that went up in the windshield. Some models had the little stubby one, like my C5 Z06 did, and some had the telescoping. Just a little fun fact for you. But now this is a really clean example. Let's see the interior here. These might be the original wheels, the Eagle F1s, which came standard on the C5 Z06. And if these are 20 years old, even though they look new, you should replace them. It's just a safety thing. It's clean. It's really clean. Oh, that's OE. I wonder if it's had any belts or hoses or spark plugs replaced. It's the first thing you want to do with a car this old. Wheel looks brand new. All looks brand new. The seat's got some leather cracking in it. Interesting. I guess it's just an age thing. Thought they'd look a little better than that, but would I spend $65,000 on this car? No. Would I spend about 37? Yeah. A lot of that's just the commemorative situation too. All right, let's check out. I can do this all day, but I gotta make this video within time limits. Check out Car Gurus. Yeah, I'll show you in a second. Car Gurus shows you the history. It's really nice. That's why I like this websites. Z06, so 90 examples on here. But yeah, a couple years ago, you could easily find about 200. So, but like I said, they're getting more finite, and they will creep up eventually in price. All right. Again, with Auto Trader, these are the sponsored ones right there. So be cognizant of that. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here's a 2001, 99,000 miles on it for $16,900. I already tell it's got some weird stuff going on with the wheels. These are chrome aftermarkets with a piece of red trim around it. Not a fan of that. These are 1718s. Stock height, stock suspension. It looks pretty stock though. Got an aftermarket exhaust though. Ooh, these are just dingy. After going to the night drive, man, these things, although if you're a purist, I get it, but these are terrible for illumination. See here, it says it has the long stationary antenna. Not a terrible interior, a little shiny. I don't like using all the shining products on it, but looks pretty well cared for. This is a stock shifter, just changed out the ball on it. Not terrible, but I mean, for the price, it's not too bad. If this has no accidents, this is a good deal. 69 in Georgia. Probably talking down like 16 on the die. That's a good buy. Let's see here. Clean title. Oh, there was one accident. So I'd want to see the accidents and if it was reported to insurance or how bad it was, rather. Depends on the damage. If it was a little fender bender, I think 16.5 is fair. If there was some pretty good damage, structural damage that they replaced, I don't know. I have to see it. Not a terrible car though. An 01, 16.9, 121,000 miles on it. It looks very stock. Looks pretty clean though. I believe that's a stock titanium exhaust. Has the Alcoas, which I love the Alcoas. It needs some love on the paint. This car is extremely stock. If this car is clean, I would say it's a good buy for the price. 16.9. If it runs good, good compression, not missing. Let's see here. Clean title, no accidents. Only 3 previous owners. That's not bad for a 23-year-old car. This, if you can get them at 16, awesome buy. I scoop it up. Assuming you look at it, it runs well. Good situation. All right, we'll do one more and look at the expensive ones on here. All right, here's a yellow one, a partial yellow. So 18.7 with 92,000 miles. Now the 03 is interesting because if they came with the blue valve springs, you got to change them because they're liable to break. Was it yellow? Blue or yellow? I don't know. I got to look it up, but these had valve spring issues. Doesn't have stock wheels. Not a fan of those wheels. This is one of those rare cars where I like the stock wheels on the C5 Z06. Fits them so well. Man, this is painted on. Not a fan of that. I don't like this. I think this is a Borla exhaust. I could be wrong. Yeah, not a fan of that. It's not clapped out. It looks pretty clean. Just some of the design options they went with, I'm not a huge fan of. Probably keep the tires, change out the wheels. It's a weird air filter for this car. Typically they're much wider. Looks like a AutoZone special. Not terrible. I'd have to see it in person. But they what, 18.7. If it runs good, even a little project car, it could be a good deal. But yeah, the prices have definitely came down from just 2.5 years ago. Okay, there is one accident. I'd have to see the pictures of it. And whenever you look at a car and you want to see pictures, they can't produce them. To me, that's a huge red flag. But with an accident, with a lot of the aftermarket stuff, I would offer like 17, take it or leave it, assuming it ran well. So, all right, let's check out the most expensive here on Car Gurus. $54. That's got way too much custom stuff going on. Now this is clean. 1,000 miles. This is my favorite color on a C5Z. I wanted this color so bad. My second was yellow, and I settled on yellow. But this is clean. Wow, this looks showroom. No interior pictures, but this car is, man, this is brand new. Holy cow. I would say this guy right here, no accidents, one owner. Man, I would do this for 40. This is a brand new car. Change out the rubber, man, you get a car that's gonna last you 25 years. Gorgeous car. Love it. Well, there you go, guys. Yes, the C5 Z06 market has definitely stabilized. It's coming back down to reality. You can get one a little rough around the edges for about 17 or so. You couldn't do that just 2 years ago. But man, that electron blue, that's a gorgeous car. God, I love that color. It's the only car I'd probably trade straight up for my C5 Z06. It's like that blue is just something about it. That electron blue, which is perfect on the C5Z. So, all right, this video is getting really long and I'm rambling on. But yeah, the market's cooled down. If you're in the market, there's not a lot left. I feel like it's a buying time right now. If you want to get one at a decent price, they're out there. So this was fun. Now I kind of know where the market is too on the C5 Z06. So I had some fun doing this. All right, guys, I got another C8 video this weekend. And then finally, C5 Z06 parts coming next week for the C5 Z06. Well, in any case, I'll see you then. Take care. Mark out.